Hi everyone, it's me, Sokoda from Keep the Peace. I'm back with another fun Ninjago Dragons Rising review. This time it's set number 71795, Temple of the Dragon Energy Cores. This set has 1,029 pieces, goes for $94.99 in dollars or euros, or $84.99 in pounds. We got these sets from the LEGO Ambassador Network for free, so thank you very much for giving these to us early. I had a lot of fun doing this review, but that being said, I will give you all my honest opinions about this, and let's get right into things. Here's a look at everything you get with this set. Starting out with our minifigures, we have Cole, Nia, and Kai for the ninja. We have the Spirit of the Temple, Empress Beatrix, and Roz. There's a little side build for the blade, and of course the big temple structure. Let's start by having a look at our minifigures, specifically the ninja. We got from left to right, Kai, Cole, and Nia. All of them have a very simple torso print, but they use this new shoulder piece and hood piece to create the ninja hood. All of them have a bit of a gradient on their gi, a nice belt, and a golden emblem with the first letter of their names. If you turn them around, you can see the hands. Kai has dark red hands, while Nia has gray. All of them can hold 2 katana on their back with that new shoulder piece. If we remove the masks and armor, we get a better look at all that beautiful printing. All of the ninja have new face prints, and these are really nice. They look very happy. I'm very glad we get new face prints. You can also better see the torso designs that have some nice little details, but overall are pretty simple suits, which I think works with the more complex shoulder piece. If we turn the ninja around, we can see this cool dragon emblem as well as some other torso details on the back. But we can also see those other face prints that have kind of like a mask design, a bit similar to the Prime Empire suits. All of them have some kind of elemental pattern with red spikes for Kai, dark red boulders for Cole, and a watery design for Nia. Here's a quick look how these new ninja faces work with the masks on. I have seen a lot of criticism for these masks that they're very flat in the front, and I kinda agree with that. I think they look a bit better in person because of the way they are in the back, but I can see that they look very helmet-like from the front. And just for fun, here's how the ninja look without their shoulder piece but with the masks on. While the set does not feature hair pieces, I wanted to take the time to show you guys how these new mask designs work with the hair pieces, because that's how they are very prominently featured in some of the trailers for the show. And I think they look really cool. For Nia's, you kinda have to cheat a little bit. The hairpiece doesn't fit perfectly with the shoulder armor on. You kinda have to move the head a little bit up, but I think it works if you want to do like photography or stop motion. You can display them with their hair pieces on, and I think they look fine. But yeah, the set sadly doesn't come with hair pieces. Next up, we have our villain minifigure with, from left to right, Roz, Empress Beatrix, and the Spirit of the Temple, which I'm not sure if he's a villain or not. Roz and Beatrix feature that cool new golden armor piece, while Roz has this cool new molded wolf head. Both of them have very Imperium designs with those golden lines, very regal clothes, but also some touches of high tech. The Spirit has a very interesting design, using a lot of dark green and lime to give him this spooky atmosphere. It seems like there are ghosts coming out of his chest, and there's Ninjago writing saying Spirit on his torso as well. If we turn these minifigures around, you can already see that Roz has some arm printing, and you can see there's a stud on the back of that golden armor piece, as well as some more Ninjago writing saying Spirit on the Spirit character. With the armor pieces and hood removed, you get a better look at all that beautiful printing. You can also see that Beatrix has a second expression where she looks very angry. I think both she and Roz have really cool designs with like clothing mixed with high-tech armor. I really like the look of the Imperium characters in general. Just look at that wonderful arm printing on Roz, which is a super rare thing to get in Ninjago sets. And the Spirit just has such a mysterious design. I have no idea what kind of character he's going to be, and that's very interesting. On the back of the Spirit, you can also see he has a secondary face too. That one's just printed in black on a dark green head, so it's very hard to see even in person. It kind of looks like an old man, reminds me a bit of Wu, even though I don't think it is Wu. And there seem to be some lines or cracks. The LEGO description of this set says something about a statue awakening, which ties into one of the play features, and maybe this Spirit is also a statue that awakens. The set also comes with some wonderful weapon pieces. It It comes with an Imperium blade for Empress Beatrix. This is a new dual molded piece. It has a bar connection at the hilt, the bottom of the blade, and there's a bar hole in the back of the piece. Super cool looking piece, fits perfectly with the Imperium aesthetic. Raz, on the other hand, has a brick built hammer. I think it's a very well built weapon. It uses roller blades and those trans orange cheese slopes, and I think it creates a cool look that fits the Imperium design well. Besides the main build, we have this tiny little sword holder or structure. It comes with these nice printed lantern pieces. This big golden weapon, which is said to be the weapon of the spirit according to the set description. We have a very cool sticker right behind this on this big brick, and we have this nice arched top. The back is very boring, so there's nothing really interesting there, but the lanterns are printed. Next up, we're taking a look at the main build of the set, which is the Temple of the Dragon Energy Cores. According to the description, this is a temple in the World Forest, which has a magical tree wrapped around it. The temple structures has the ground level, first floor, second floor, and the bell tower. It has this beautiful tree wrapped all around it. There's some interior inside of the tree, this little balcony with the bridge, and of course those little hanging banners and the well. If we take a look at the back, we can see the very nice interior. The set kind of has like two walls, which creates a triangular interior. We have the main entrance, the first floor with the little pedestal, third floor with the dragon core, and the bell tower. There's also some interior inside of the tree with this little library area, then this little platform in the tree, and of course the bridge with the balcony. We're gonna start taking a closer look at the temple on the ground floor. On the very left, we have a little tree build. This build connects to a line with those little banners hanging on it. These banners feature little stickers that have the Ninjago word warp written on them. Next to the tree, we have this little well, and inside there's a little surprise. There's a sticker tile in there, which is either just dirty water or maybe an interdimensional portal. We will probably never know. If we move over, we have the nice door that has some cool throwing star designs on it. There's stickers on either side, as well as this cool swung roof. There's also a sticker above that has the same logo that's on the spirit character's belt. In front of the door, we have those old and rough looking stone stairs, as well as two little statues or idol. I'm not entirely sure what they're supposed to portray, but I like their look and I think they're cool with the rollerblade build. Over on the right of the door, we have this little lantern. This one has a cool parse usage by using a steering wheel piece for the bottom half. And we of course have the tree build, which features two branches with yellow leaves on this level, as well as some cool building techniques using reddish brown windshield pieces to get the tree the right shaping. I also really like the terrain around the tree. The olive green ground as well as those little rocks give it a really nice forest atmosphere. In the interior of the temple, we can of course open the doors to let in our minifigures, and there's a little archway that leads into the tree. Above it there's a sticker with another dragon logo. This one looks very rusty and green. There's a good amount of studs and jumper plates, so you can easily put some minifigures in the interior, and the triangular shape makes it very accessible. Over in the tree part of the interior, there's a little library. I really like the way they built the books by using all kinds of different pieces, and there's a really cool sticker in here. Seems to be some kind of diagram that portrays that dragon symbol surrounded by different other symbols. I'm pretty sure these symbols are supposed to represent the different dragon energy cores. To the left there's a little hole in the wall, and we'll find out what that one is for later. There's also a good amount of jumper plates here, so once again it's very easy to place your minifigures. There's also a little function here on the right where you can turn this little knob and it will make the tree in front of the door fall over and block the entrance. It's a very simple function, but I think it can provide some nice play value of locking your attackers out of the temple. On the exterior of the second floor we have this nice kind of picture frame looking build. It also has a sticker. This one says Temple in Ninjago. On the other side we have the beautiful tree which has this nice curve to it on the second floor. There's another one of those little printed lanterns, and overall the tree just looks super nice in this area. The interior here is another one of these triangular spaces. You can see the two walls and there's a little entrance area towards the tree. I think it's really nice how it looks like the tree grows into the building on top and even between the different layers. Kind of makes it look like the building is really built inside of the tree. In this little area, you have a little bit of space for minifigures, but not too much, sadly. You have some candles attached to the wall, as well as this little pedestal. This pedestal is used for the spirit character in a lot of the promotional images. And there's a little gear here, and you can turn it, and the spirit character jumps out at anyone that's in the room. Maybe this is the function of the statue awakening. There's some space for minifigures over here in the tree area, and there's another cool function here. This function is my favorite in the build. You have these little cylinders with the printed tiles on top. These tiles have been used before in the spinner sets from Ninjago Core. I like to call this print the cryo shell print. You basically just load them up here on the second floor, pull on this little pin, and they will tumble down and hit anyone that's downstairs in the library. The way this function works is that they roll through this area of the tree that is built using those windshield pieces, and I think that's super smart. Sometimes one of the cylinders gets stuck upstairs, but that's not really a big deal, and most of the time both of them plummet down into the library. We reach the third floor of the temple. On the third floor we have this nice round window with the golden pillars on each side. We can already see the dragon core through it. On the left we have another tree branch with one of those printed lanterns, and we have a nice textured roof. Of course, we also have this beautiful bridge that leads over to the balcony. There are some leaves all around and a little flag that's a sticker with the symbol that's on the spirit's belt again. We once again have a triangular interior on this floor. It's kind of cool how it directly leads into that tree branch on the other side. And we of course have the dragon core in here. The dragon core is mounted on this little stand. It has two dragon details on either side and a little sticker at the bottom spelling the word orb. The dragon cores are a new type of piece. It's kind of like a dual molding probably. So you have this transparent outer ball and a golden orb inside. It looks really cool. Sometimes there's a little air bubble in there. And it goes into this other new piece where it can swivel around freely. These dragon cores are the collectible of this wave, but the golden one that comes in this set also comes in all of the spinner sets. From the third floor we can use that nice looking bridge to cross over to the balcony. Sadly, because of the way the bridge is built, there aren't a lot of studs to attach minifigures to on it. But you can do it by clipping their hands onto the handrail. On the other side of the bridge we have the little balcony. This one comes with another fun function. If you push down on that flag, it will catapult off that balcony. Another fun trap to keep attackers from the temple. We reached the very top of the Temple of the Dragon Energy Cores, the bell tower. Up here we have a simple blue roof, some big windows where you can see the bell with a little sticker on it, and some golden decorations on the roof. They also use these new mech finger pieces to decorate the roof, which I think is really cool. There are some little irregularities in the top roof which make it look a little bit more old and deteriorated, and I think that's a cool idea. On the other side we can see the interior. There's really not a lot of space in here next to the bell. You can maybe put a minifigure kinda on the outside of the room, but that's about it. The function here is super simple. You just push the black Technic piece on the top and it swings the bell and the little tassel on the bottom with it. But that's about it for what we have to explore here. Of course, as always, we get a bunch of spare pieces. There are some fun pieces in here like katanas, shurikens or rollerblades, but nothing too out of the ordinary. Here's a quick look at the empty sticker sheet. I think for a set that size, it's not too many, though I think it's fine here. The instructions also use that fun style with the little progress bar. This time it's Kai giving you the progress for the model, and there's a little advertisement for the other sets in the back. Okay, I think that about covers all the details of the set, but before we leave, I want to give you my personal experiences and my personal opinions with this set. And I want to start by talking a bit about the building experience of the set. Because personally, I felt like the building experience of the set was very special. Because of it being a building that's integrated into a tree, which is like this organic structure, kind of made for a very varied and diverse building experience. Because you build the structure and then you build the tree and then the structure again and it interconnects with the tree. and they have different shaping, they have different colors, and that made it very interesting to build for me. I also really like how they used colors. I know a lot of Lego sets, they have to use different colors, I assume to make the instructions easier, but the colors they used for the tree part, with like reddish brown, burnt orange, nougat, and then little bits of olive green, I think that makes the tree look so more real, so more alive. Like there's little moss on it, some darker spots, some lighter spots. So I think they did a perfect job with that, the color usage here. I also think the minifigures here are a bit of a standout. Especially that spirit character is so intriguing to me. I really want to know what's his role in the show going to be. And I like his design a lot. But also the Imperium characters. I really like Ross. I wish he had printed teeth. But I really love that arm printing and his overall design. And Beatrix is amazing as well. Especially with that blade weapon too. I know the ninja are a bit controversial. But I think the printing on them is really good actually. Especially love those face prints. The way it was built was also very interesting because you sometimes build segments of the temple, then you put it on and connect it with a Technic pin. So there's some really smart techniques going on to make this thing stable, and I think that's very appreciated too. Overall, this is a fantastic playset in my opinion. When I built this and I played with those functions around, I really started to think of stories, and I think it's gonna be the same for kids. You can play like, oh, the bad guys are attacking the temple, and you can use all those traps to defend the temple. Or the ninja are in the temple and that spirit tries to spook them by using those traps. I don't really know his role yet, but I feel like you already come up with stories with this set because of the way the functions work. And I think that's great. Are there some things that could be better? Yeah, probably. I mean, in a lot of the levels, there's very little space in there. Like you have those triangular shapes. It reminds me a lot of the Temple of Airjitsu. And that makes it very accessible for hands. But a lot of times you can maybe put like 1 or 2 minifigures in those spaces. And I mean, that's a bit limited. And there's also often no way for like minifigures to cross to the next level. There are no stairs or anything like that. But do I think fixing those issues would be worth it? Probably not, because it would add to the part count and make this more expensive. And I don't think you would get that much play value out of those improvements. So overall, I want to talk about the value of this set too. This set has 1,029 pieces, goes for $94.99, and I think, especially compared to other LEGO sets, especially in the year 2023, that's a great price. I think that's fair. I think this is a pretty big structure too. It's very tall. I think it's very different from other Ninjago temples we've gotten before, but there's a good mass to it, there's a good volume to it, and I think not just piece count wise, this is a good set compared to other values you get with other LEGO sets. So overall, would I recommend the set? I would definitely recommend the set, yeah. I think it's a great look, it's a great play experience, it's a good value, and with all those 3 boxes checked, I think this is definitely a good set to recommend to people. So yeah, I love this set. I think they did a fantastic job, and there's not a lot I would want changed about it. So thank you all for watching this review. Thank you to the LEGO Ambassador Network for providing us with these sets, and I hope you all check out our next reviews here on Keep the Peace. Peace out.